Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the use of the Docker in the machine learning, or we can say it as use of the Docker in the data science. Okay. So different kind of we have different kind of tools. Okay, advanced tools in our data science. Okay, market we have different kind of advanced technology that has been launched in the market. We are also using that as a data scientist, as a machine learning engineer. Okay, so in the field of AI, we are going to use it. Also, we are using it. Now, if we are talking about the Docker, okay, so in this session, whatever things we are going to discuss will make you understand, will make you gain the knowledge of the Docker. Docker is nothing but it is a container. Okay. So how we are going to use it? What is the Docker? What is its uses? How we are going to use? How it is benefited for the machine learning projects or for the data science project? Okay. So all these things we are going to learn. So before going to the session, first of all, I want to discuss the agenda that okay, what we are going to discuss in this session. Okay. So first of all, I will go with the introduction to the artificial intelligence. Okay, because it is a very basic part. If we are not understanding what is artificial intelligence, what are its features, what is the machine learning, what is the life cycle of a machine learning project or a data science project, then we will be unable to understand that okay why Docker is being used for the machine learning project. Okay, so before that we have to understand these many concepts. So first of all we have the introduction to the AI, then we have the features of the AI. Okay, then after that we are going to know about that what is the machine learning, what is the life cycle of a machine learning project. Okay, in this we are going to know that okay how we are collecting the data, what is the process that includes when we are getting the raw data and we are converting into a useful information, we are drawing the insights and we are launching it in the market through any website or or by building some applications. Okay, so this many things we are going to learn. Then after that we have that what is Docker. We will go in a deep. Okay, when we are going to discuss about the what is Docker, then what is the difference between the Docker images and the Docker container. Also, we have another thing that is we will go by the what is the difference between the Docker and the virtual machines. Okay, that part is very important to understand. Then we have the use of the Docker in the artificial intelligence. Then last but not the least, we are going to know what is the benefits of using the Docker. Okay, so let's start with the first and foremost topic of discussion that is the AI. Okay, what is AI? We will understand here. Okay, then. So, what do you understand by artificial intelligence? If we will talk about the artificial intelligence, then in a very layman way, if I will go and make you understand that, okay, just divide these two words, artificial and intelligence. Okay, so if I am dividing these two words, then what we will get? Artificial means what? It is a man-made or it is a human-made, right? And intelligence means what? It is the knowledge, or we can tell it as a thinking power. So artificial intelligence is nothing but it is a man-made thinking power. Okay, so in today's world, as we know, technology is growing very fast, and also we are getting in touch with different new technologies day by day. If we will think about the software developments, okay, so nowadays Android is getting it is evolving. Okay, Android is evolving. We are getting many more features each and every by each and every day. If we will look into the market, then just take an example of the mobile phones that are launching in the market. Okay, so we have variety, right? Whatever mobiles are launching in day by day, we have variety. Many more features are evolving, right? They're implementing many more advanced features in that. Suppose previously we are getting if you will take about the camera, okay, then previously we are just getting the camera of 48, right? 48 megapixel, the rear camera. Now we are getting around 108, and above that also we will get, not an issue, right? We are previously we are using some other processor. Now the processors are also getting advanced. So how this evolution are done? By the software developments, right? By the application developments. So let's talk about this many kind of technology in the computer science. Then artificial intelligence will mark it up as a high place, okay, which is ready to create a new revolution in this era by making some intelligent machines. So this artificial intelligence is all now around us, right? It is currently working with a variety of subfields that is ranging from the general to specific, such as the robots, such as the self-driving cars, such as we are playing the games. Okay, nowadays also the small children are very expert in playing the video games and all, right? So how these games are being generated means they are getting developed, they are getting made. Okay, and we are using all of the social media platforms because this is the, I think this is the very ready to use platform, and we are dealing it with by day. Every day we are dealing it with the social media platforms. Either it is the Facebook, or it is the Instagram, or it is the YouTube, or it's the Twitter, the Snapchats. Okay, each and every we can call it as a the e-commerce website. Okay, the food delivery websites. So all these things are nothing but these are the part of AI applications that we are using. Okay, so it is one of the fascinating and the universal field of the computer science, which has a great scope in future, and it holds a tendency to cause a machine to work as a human. Okay, so the artificial intelligence applications are designed in such a way that it will do the work as the human. Okay, without getting any human intervention, it will work. It has the ability to think like a human without taking the help of the human. Okay, so told you that the artificial intelligence is composed of two words, that is artificial and intelligence, and which means nothing, that is the man-made thinking power. Okay, so this AI exists when a machine can have the human based skills such as the learning, reasoning, and solving problems. Okay, remember these three things because when we are creating a artificial intelligence, either a machine or an app or an application, whether it is a website, it means a web-based application, or we can have a desktop application, whatever application we are creating with the help of the AI, then it should contain the three things as per the human-based skill. Okay, that is what one is the learning, second one is your reasoning, and third one is the solving problem. That means the machine, the application that we are building, the model that we are building, that should learn, okay, that should have the capability or that should have the ability to think, and also by learning and thinking, it will solve the problems. Okay, so this is what the artificial intelligence based on. So with the artificial intelligence, also you do not need to pre-program a machine to do some work. So despite that, you can create a machine with the programmed algorithms which can work with its own intelligence. And here the awesomeness of the AI begins. Okay, and it is believed that the AI is not a new technology. Also, some people say that as per the Greek myth, okay, so there were the mechanical, we can tell it as a mechanical machines in early days which can walk and behave like humans. Okay, so that is the history complete, is the complete history. So we will not go to that extent. Okay, so talk about the artificial intelligence. We are talking about the okay nowadays the data science is generating means completely in a very faster rate, right? Whenever we are means wherever we are just listening, okay, data science, machine learning, deep learning. So this is the field that is evolving in a very faster rate. So what is this data science? What is this machine learning? This deep learning? This NLP? This computer vision? Okay, so what are all these things? So, whatever we are learning in the data science is nothing but it is the science that deals with the data. And what we are doing with the data, we are doing the analysis, we are extracting the outputs, we are predicting the future, we are building the models, okay, we are building the applications that will work as a human, that will behave as a human, that will think as a human. Okay, it has the ability. I'm telling you again and again, without any human intervention or without any human interference, the app will behave as a human. It will observe your behavior, it will act upon it, and it will observe the surrounding. Okay, and based on that, it will give you the result. Maybe. So, if you will talk about the data science, all these things are totally, if you will gather it, then we can call it as the okay, this is the data science. This is the data science at the end of the day. In the data science, what are the different subsets are there? We will get the machine learning. It is the most important part where we are learning our machine. Okay, we are forcing our machine to learn. This is the tendency, or this is the trend, or this is the part where we are making the machine to learn. Then we have the deep learning. So in deep learning, what happens? Deep learning is completely comprises of the neural network. Okay, the deep learning is completely designed as per the human neural networks. Okay, whatever the neurons we have in our brain. So as per it is completely a we can call it as it is doing the mimic. Okay, we can call it as the mimic. Okay, so it is completely doing the mimicry of the human brain. We have the neurons in our brain, right? So, and these neurons are responsible for doing all the activities, okay, to think, to do some actions, to means each and every body parts is completely depend upon the neurons, the brain, right? Whatever instruction the brain will give, the body parts will work according to it. Yes or no? Okay. So, so in the deep learning, we are doing this. Now, after that, we have the NLP. NLP is nothing but it is the natural language processing. Okay, so as we are dealing with like, just take an example. We have our phone, right? And in the Google, if we want to, instead of writing something, we have an option that we have a text speech recognition system. That is the, we can call it as the Google Assistant, right? Where we can pick whatever we want to search, where we can speak, and after that we will after that it will just go and search whatever we want to search in the browser, right? The Google text, the Google speech recognition system. Yes or no? We have that. Okay, so Okay, so in the natural language processing, it deals with the speech recognition, the text recognition, okay, the image recognitions. Okay, so it deals with that. Then after that, what we have? After that, we have the computer vision. Okay, so computer vision in which it is like, have you ever, also in movies, we have seen that in the criminal investigation, right? What they are doing, they will just match up with some data, okay, and they will just create one image of the culprit or something. They are just finding out. So upon that data, they will match, okay, with the fingerprint they will match, upon the data they will match, they will create an image of a person, right? They will scan it. So these all things are done with the computer vision. Getting? Whenever we're talking about the machine learning, the deep learning, NLP, computer vision, the data science, so as I have told you that all these things are based on the data. So the first and foremost thing, when we are getting the data, what we will do, the first thing, because data is nothing but we know these are the facts and figures which have some meaningful informations, right? So when we are getting the data, what we will do first, we will just read it, analyze it, summarize it, organize it, right? We will derive some outputs from there. So all this, the summarization, organization, analyzation, and report generation of data is done through the statistics. Okay, so these things are done with the statistics, and in this statistics we have the EDA, that is the exploratory data analysis. Okay, the EDA is nothing but with some statistical methods we are doing the analysis of the data. It is the complete exploratory data analysis. That means we are going through very minute changes, very minute things that present in the data. So these very tiny observations are also create a impact. Okay, it also affect the data, maybe in a good way or maybe in a bad way. Getting? So for this reason, okay, for all this, for the data science, for writing the code, for building the models, we need a language, because without a language we can't communicate, right? We can't communicate, we can't build. We have to write it in some language. So which language we are using? We are using the Python or R. Okay, so we are using the Python and R for that. So this is all about the artificial intelligence and just giving you a summary. Getting? So at the end of the day, whatever you are doing with the data science, you are doing with the machine learning project, the deep learning project, or the NLP or the computer vision, whatever you are doing, at the end of the day, you are building an AI application. Getting, everyone? You are building an AI application. So if we will talk more about AI, so for instance, the researchers have trained the computer models to identify an individual's personality traits more accurately. Okay, so while commonly thought of as a threat to privacy, AI also has the potential to help preserve the privacy and exert the control over the proprietary data and its derived assets. And this artificial intelligence is the simulation of the human intelligence process by the machine, especially the computer systems. So the specific application of the AI that includes the expert system, the NLP, the natural language processing, the speech recognitions, and the machine vision. Getting? Now, what are the AI applications? If we will talk about the AI applications, then we have the application in the healthcare industry. We have the application in the business industry, also in the education industry. So it helps to support the decision making and the research. Also, it helps to integrate the activities in the medical software and cognitive science, the adaptive intelligence, the chatbots, the automation. helps to smoothen out the business process. With AI, the system alerts the, if we will talk about the education, okay, for the auto grading, automating grading system, then with AI, the system alerts the teachers and tell what is wrong. Means by analyzing the automated grading system, okay, the teacher and the students both are getting benefited. So it gives students a customized message which offers the hint to the correct answer when we are giving the exam, okay, at that time. So this is where the artificial intelligence is used, and where and where it can be compared, okay, to the all the softwares that we are using. Okay, there are many more softwares we are using, but artificial intelligence is a big software that we are using in nowadays. We have its application in the travel industry, we have its application in the social media, okay, in the autonomous vehicles, all things, all in all the sectors we are using the AI application. So if we will talk about its advantages, then obviously it has the high accuracy with the less errors. Okay, it has a high accuracy with the less error. That means the AI machines or the systems are very prone to the less errors. And the accuracy of it is a very high as it takes the decision as per the pre-experience of the information. Okay, so whatever things it is AI machine is learning, from where it will learn from the pre-experiences. Okay, from the past data it will learn. And how it is learning? It is continuously will continuously learn by through the errors, through the free data that we have. Okay, so we are just learning is what? Learning is what? Suppose a child, a newborn baby. Okay, if we will talk about a newborn baby, so what happened? In the first instance, for some first month, for the first some months, the child is unable to know about, okay, what is a pen, what is a TV, okay, whether who is his or her mom, okay, who is her father, okay, so he didn't know or he didn't know. The childhood doesn't know. So, but when they grow up, right? When they grow up, what we are doing at that time, we are just making them learn that, okay, he's your mother, say mom, he's your father, say dad, right? It is a TV, it is a pen, yes or no? And when the child is observing that each day, when the child is observing the same thing each day, he is learning, right? And at one day, by observing this for suppose 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 4 months, what she will do after that? She will react. Okay, she will react. She will get to know that, okay, she's my mother, he's my father. Okay, this is a pen, this is a TV, this is my toy. Yes or no? Like that only. And human is learning like that. A machine is also learning. Okay, when we are creating a machine learning or AI application, okay, when in the process, it is nothing but it is a newborn child. Okay, it is a newborn child, and we are just practicing it. We are making it learn to observe the environment, to to think, okay, to respond, right? So, for this reason, we all know that practice makes a man perfect, right? So, for that, it has a high accuracy. Whatever result it will give after learning, so that result has the high accuracy and it has the less errors. Okay. So, the next advantage is it has the high speed. So, AI systems can be of very high speed and the fast decision maker. Okay, because of that, the AI systems can beat the chess champion in the chess game also. Okay, so the AI machines they are the highly reliable and also they can perform the same action multiple times with the high accuracy. They can do. You can observe. Have you ever seen the robot? They can do the. I think most of the works of the human in a very less time, right? And also they can do the same work again and again. Also they can do. It's not a problem. And with the high accuracy also. So, and if you will talk about the next advantage, then it will be that it is useful for the risky areas. So, if AI machines will be there, will be and they will be there in some risky areas, then will help in such situations, such as diffusing a bomb. We can take an example, or exploring the ocean floor, or we can take an example of that. Any climatic change. Okay, suppose a ship is in the ocean, running in the ocean. So any climatic change is there, any any storm comes or something. So at that time also, it can be helpful, right? It can predict, it can give you the output by analyzing the surrounding. So after that, it has a digital assistant, like it can be useful to provide. Mhm. It can be useful to provide the digital assistant to the users, such as the AI technology, and it is currently used by the various e-commerce websites to show the products as per the customer requirement. Okay, and it can be very useful for the public utilities, such as the self-driving car, which can make our journey safer and the hassle-free. The facial recognition for the security purpose. Okay, the natural language processing to communicate with the human in the human language. Getting so this is all about the AI. We have discussed most of the things. That is what is AI, then what are its applications. Okay, so what are its advantages? Means basically now, if somebody will ask that, okay, what is artificial intelligence, we can answer it, right? Now coming to the next, that is the machine learning. So, if we will talk about the machine learning, we all know that machine learning is nothing but it is the subset of the AI. Okay, it is a subset of the data science, and data science is the subset of the AI. So, we can also call it as the that machine learning is a subset of AI. Okay, what is the machine learning? What is a machine learning? So, it is a field. If we will go through some explanation, okay, some book written explanation, then machine learning is a field of artificial intelligence that allows the systems to learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. Okay, so it is the field of artificial intelligence that allows the systems to learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. Okay, so it has become an increasingly popular topic in recent years due to many practical applications, right? So, this is what, if we will talk about the machine learning, look at here. What is this, what do you observe from this picture? Okay, it is following the instructions. Okay, then learn from the data or from the experience. No, learn from the data, but the human always learn from the experience, right? Yes or no? So, so machine learning is an application that is of the artificial intelligence, which uses the statistical techniques to enable the computers to learn and make decisions without being explicitly programmed. Okay, without any interference, without any explicit programs, it will it is able to learn, and also it is able to make the decisions. Okay, and what is the technique it is using? It is using the statistical techniques. Okay, the statistical method. What is the advancement in the statistics? What are the methods in the statistics? It is just using that statistical computational methods to learn and to make the decisions. So it is predicted on the notion that the computers can learn from data. Whatever data we will get, we are just entering into that the computer will learn from that data. We are passing the data to the system. It is just observing it. Okay, it is doing some computation, some statistical computations upon it. Okay, so then after that, what it will do? It will draw it from the data. It will draw some patterns. Okay, whether the data is showing means what kind of pattern the data is showing, like whether it is it will increase or it will decrease, or whether suppose take an example of the business profit. Okay, so take an example of the company, of a business company who is launch who have the who is just using the AI application to predict the result or to predict the profit or to predict the level of his company after 5 years. Okay, so how it will do? So based on the past data, okay, what are the past results are there? What are the past incomes are there? Okay, what is the turnover of the company in the past 5 years? In the recent year, what is the turnover? So after that only it will recognize that okay, how the sales are there, how the customer reviews are there, what is the customer flow for that particular brand, for that particular company. Yes or no? So after that only it will predict that okay, for the upcoming 5 years, whether it will go in the profit or it will go in the loss. Okay, so this is the patterns. This is just I have given you one example. Okay, this is the pattern. After that, what it will do? It can make the judgments. Okay, it can make the judgments with the little assistance from the humans. Okay, as it is a machine, so obviously it will take some little assistance from the humans. So okay. So machine learning, it is a subset of artificial intelligence. It is a study of making the machines more human-like in their behavior and the decisions by giving them the ability to learn and develop their own programs. So this is done with the minimum human intervention, no explicit programming. And the learning process is automated. Okay, the learning process, whatever the learning process will be there, it is automated and it improved based on the experience of the machines throughout the process. So, uh, for this process, what is required? The good quality of the data. Okay, so the good quality data is fed to the machines, and with the use of the different algorithms that are used to build the machine learning models to train the machines on this data, or we can tell it as whatever the data we are passing to the machines. Okay, so we are upon the data only we are specifying some different algorithms that are used to build the machine learning model. Okay, and upon this, by the help of these different machine learning algorithms or the statistical techniques, we are training the machines upon the data that we have passed. Okay, so the choice of the algorithm, when we will go and take the okay, which algorithm will I use? Okay, suppose I have something called as healthcare data. Okay, so at that time, okay, so the client has come and they have just uh, give me the data of some cancer patients. Okay, some because the cancer rate is growing, so we have to make one AI based. Suppose it is AI based application which will detect the cancer easily. Okay, we don't need to do the blood test or something or whatever the test or the we can call it the diagnosis. Okay, that we have to that a person have to do, that the patient have to do. He will not have to do the diagnosis. Okay, with that application only we can um, we can detect. that whether the patient has some cancer symptoms or not. Getting? So for this, they have to give the data, and when we are getting the data, the first and foremost thing is that we have to analyze it. So after the analyzation, okay, which model I have to use, right? Which model I have to use? So the choice of the algorithm, whatever algorithm I will pass it over to train the machine, to train the uh, to build the machine learning model. So that choice of algorithm should depend on the type of the data. Okay, whatever data you have in your hand, the algorithm should be depend on the type of the data. Okay, and the second one is the type of the activity that needs to be automated. Okay, whatever result we want or whatever activity we want, with that only we are going to choose the model. Okay, with that only we are going to choose the model and we are going to choose the algorithm. So now you are thinking that how it is different from the traditional programming. Okay, we are just using some codes. Okay, we are doing the codes. We are also by using the codes, also we are developing the software applications, right? We have the Android, we have the Java, many technology, many more languages are there. Also, use of that also we are generating many more applications. Yes or no? So, what is the difference? What is the difference between the traditional programming and the AI or the machine learning? So, well, in the traditional programming, we will fit up, we will fit the input data and the well-written and tested program into a machine to generate the output. Okay, so we are just giving the data, and upon that we are writing some codes. We are doing some test to that program. Okay, to the into the machine to generate the output, and at last we are getting the output. Now, so when it comes to the machine learning, when it comes to the machine learning, the input data along with the output is fed into the machine during the learning stage. Okay, but in the machine learning, what it is happening, the input data along with the output. Okay, whatever the input data is there and the output data is there is fed into the machine during its learning stage. Okay, and when the both the input and output has been fed or has been fed into the machine during the learning stage, so when the machine is prepared, fully prepared, after that only it will works out a program for itself, not for the user. Okay, it works out as a program for itself only. So let us to understand it better, we will just go that okay, whenever we are using the traditional programming. Okay, in the traditional programming, what happened? We are passing some data as the input. Okay, we are writing some programs. Okay, and upon the data, whatever program we are writing, it will give us the output, right? But in the machine learning, what happens? Now, in the learning stage only, the data, the input and the output are given to the model. Okay, and this and when the learning of the machine completes, okay, whatever the input and output you have given to the machine or to the model, okay, so the total thing it will just comprise it as a program, okay, and that program it will run for itself only. You have we have noticed the robot, right? The robot, what it will do, what we are doing with the robots when we are generating the robotics. Okay, in the robotics, what we are doing, we are giving the input. Okay, if an apple is there, okay, if an apple is there, so the input is that we have given the input, the data of an apple, okay, and also we have given the output that okay, it is the apple. Getting? So it has learned that okay, wherever I will see this kind of fruit or this kind of object, so means my some of the persons, some of the scientists are there, they have fed into me that okay, this structure is called as an apple. With this color, with this shape, this is an apple. Getting? This is a fruit, and many more things they have implemented in it. Many more input they have given. Okay, many more data that they have given for the apple. So it means that what it means, the input they have given, right? The output is also fed. Okay, this kind of object you will see anywhere. So it is an apple. Output has also given, right? In machine learning, what will happen? This the machine will take it both the input and output, and it will create a program. That means wherever when the robot is completed, okay, wherever here it will see the apple, okay, it will recognize as an apple. And this thing, it has been already pre-programmed inside the robot during its learning phase. Okay, so this is the most important difference between the traditional programming and the machine learning. Okay, so if we will talk about the history, I don't think it will be okay. I will just go through it. So as today we are witnessing some of the astronomy applications, okay, the self-driving cars, the NLPs, and all that. So all this began in the year 1940. It is a very interesting thing. Okay, many when we are coming to the to learn about the data science, when we are coming to learn about the machine learning, okay, we are just starting with the okay, then what is the we are learning the Python course, then we are learning the statistics, okay, we are learning the machine learning algorithms, we are learning the deep learning algorithms, okay. So but we don't know that okay, from when or from or how the machine learning evolves, okay, how it comes into the picture, how the beginning of this era happens. Okay, so in the 1993 it has begun when wherein macology or neuropsychologist, okay, so what he has done, along with the mathematician name was Walter Pitts, okay, so the neuropsychologist with the mathematician, what they have done, they authored a paper. Okay, they authored a research paper that threw a light on neurons and is working. Okay, when they threw the light on the neurons, okay, at that time what they observed that it's working. So after what they do, they just created a model with some electrical circuits, okay, and thus the neural network was born. So the famous the Turing test that we are doing. So it was created in the 1950 by Alan Turing, which would ascertain whether computers that had the real intelligence or not. And also this test has to make the human believe that it is not a computer but a human instead to get through the test. So we have different means we have many history from where the machine learning was born. I can tell it as the artificial intelligence was born. Okay, so this is the thing that we will talk with the machine learning. So in the machine learning, we have some terminologies like we have the model, okay, we have the features, we have the feature vector, we have the training, the prediction, the target, overlifting, underlifting, okay, and these all things are related to the data and the model. Nothing much more in that, okay. And what are the steps that we use in the machine learning? First step is the gathering the data. Okay, first step is nothing but we will gather the data. We will gather from it from we will gather the data from the different resources from the different databases. Okay, so after that we will prepare the data. How we will prepare the data? We will prepare the data by analyzing it, by doing some manipulations, by using the statistical methods. Okay, so after preparing the data, what we will do? We will choose the correct model. We will choose the correct model. Then after that, choosing a correct model, after choosing the correct model, what we will do? We will train that model. Okay, we will train that model. After training, we will evaluate it. We will do the hyperparameter tuning, and in the last, we're doing the prediction. Okay, so these are the steps of the machine learning. So you're thinking that okay, our topic is like use of the Docker in machine learning. So before understanding the Docker, we have to understand the machine learning because the Docker we are using in the machine learning project itself. So if we will not understand the a machine learning project, then we are unable to understand about how the Docker is getting used in the machine learning or in the data science project. Okay, so these are the 7 steps that that is included in the machine learning, and it is mandatory to learn a programming language. Okay, that is the Python, because when we are suppose we are launching a book or we are writing a book, right? We are just putting our imagination into the words, right? So the language is nothing but it is the communication mode. It is the bridge. Whatever things we are doing with the computer, whatever things we are doing with this AI models. So for that, we need to communicate, right? Also, the app has to communicate with the user. Yes or no? So for that, a communication language is needed. That is a programming language. And what we prefer the Python most. We also prefer the R. We can also use other languages like Java. We can also use Scala. Okay, we can also different kind of language also we can use. But Python is the most popular language due to because of its easy to use nature. Okay, it is very user handy. That's why. So, how does this machine learning work? If we will talk about how a machine learning works, then it has the three major building blocks of a system. Okay, and what are those? That are the model. Second one is the parameter, and third one is the learner. Okay, so the model is what? The model is a system that makes the prediction. If we will talk about the model, so model is nothing but it is the system which makes the predictions. Second one is the parameter. The parameter are nothing but these are the factors which are considered by the model to make the predictions. Okay, suppose inside a room, there is one TV. Okay, there is one hanging. Suppose I can tell it as a picture hanged on the wall. Okay, and there is one child sitting. Getting? So these are the parameters. Okay, these are the parameters to make the predictions that okay, if whether the child, if suppose, and okay, now also there is a toy. Okay, so there will be a situation that whether the child will uh, see the TV, watch the TV, or he will play with the toy. Okay, so it will they can make the prediction, right? They can make the prediction upon that. Then after that we have the learner. Okay, so the learner is nothing but it makes the adjustment in the parameters and the model to align the predictions with the actual results. Okay, it will just make the adjustment with the parameter and the model to align the predictions with the actual result. So, how a machine learning model has to predict um, that, okay, we will not go through this example. So we'll directly go into the steps. That is how we can how the machine is learning from the training state. Okay, how it is learning from the training state. Then how it will measure the error. Okay, then how it is manage the noise, how it is doing the testing and the generalization. Okay, so these are the steps that a machine in the work process of the machine learning. Getting so if you are talking about the learning from the training stage, we're talking about the learning from the training stage. So this involves what? So this involves taking a sample data, sample data set of the several drinks. Okay, suppose take an example that a machine learning model here has to predict uh, to uh, to play a chess or to play a badminton. Okay, so it will take, suppose a person is there and he have to choose. Okay, this has been chosen by the machine learning model. Okay, so first of all, what they will do, what it will do, it will take the sample data, right? It will take the sample data, and upon the sample data only, the model can be chosen. Yes or no? Then whatever the parameters they are there, like as per the human behavior, as per that person's behavior, so that will we can consider it as a parameter. That okay, what is his interest? How many times he have played the chess? How many times he have played the badminton? Okay, so from that, these are the parameters. Okay, then after that, what it will do? It will measure the error. So once the model is trained on a defined training state, it needs to be checked for the errors. Okay, so we can use a fresh set of data to accomplish this task. The outcome of this test should be something like we have the true positive, we have the true negative, we have the false positive, and we have the false negative. Okay, so after measuring the error, what it will do, it will manage the noise. Okay, it will pass some hypothesis testing. Okay, suppose there is the last training data set, or there are some inputs errors in the input data. Okay, there are some data labeling errors. So these are all things they will the machine will manage. Then after all these things, it will go for the testing and for the generalization. Okay, so this is the complete process. This is the complete process of the machine learning. Okay, this is the complete process of the machine learning. So, what is Docker then? Okay, take an example. I will just go in a brief with it, just a short introduction, because we have another session tomorrow, and we will be discussing upon the Docker, its uses, and all that. So, for just a brief introduction of the Docker, just take an example. Uh, Take an example of a software development project. Okay, just take a very layman example. If you will take in a software development process, what will happen? We are writing some codes. We are making some project. Okay, so during the project, whatever the requirement or whatever the dependencies we have. Okay, so we are installing we are importing some libraries. Okay, we are importing some requirements, right? So these requirements, these libraries, we are importing some data from the database. Okay, so suppose we are doing some implementation with the NoSQL database, some MongoDB or Cassandra, like that we are doing. So all these dependencies, suppose there is a software engineer who have built that project, and he have listed all these things. all the dependencies, all the requirements, including the uh, whatever the things it is required to implement the project. He has just installed it, he has imported it, and before the deployment, somehow what happens? Now somehow he just resigned. Okay, so the project was not completed by that software developer. Okay, so rather than he resigned, and in place of that person, another person came. Okay, another person came to keep a hand upon that project. Get it? So what he will do then? He will again go. He will again check that project, right? Yes or no? He will again implement all the things. Will again import all the things. So somehow what happened in this thing when we are transferring the data, okay, when we are transferring the data, or you have been, suppose one person has completely he have designed some parts of the project, okay, he has he has imported the dependencies and all. After that another person came and he just he's just using that project, okay, he starts building that project from that point, okay, from the point the first person has left. He was just building the project. He will have to build the project from that point. Okay, from that left point. So at the time, what happens? Dependency, some library doesn't work. It will throw some errors. Okay, it will throw some errors. Okay, somehow it get managed. When the project is prepared, okay, when the project is prepared, after that it will go to the testing part. Okay, there will be a one tester who is going to test that project. Whatever application you have made, he will test. So after the tester will test that project, then only you are going to deploy it into any cloud, or you are going to launch it in the market or something. So when the testing will be doing, okay, whatever, what at that time what happened? Now suppose at that time the the testing that the person, okay, the tester, he haven't suppose in his system some of the requirement is not there. Some of the he suppose in some case what happened, now he forgot or by mistakenly he have just left to do some imports. Okay, so at the project will throw the error. Okay, so the tester will say that okay, what kind of application you have developed is throwing the error in my system, and the software developer will say, oh, it's okay, it is running miss perfectly in my system. So this will create a dilemma, right? So to avoid this kind of situations, Docker is being used. Okay, so what is the Docker? What are its uses? How it is getting used in our data science? Okay, so this thing will be we will continue in the next session. Okay, in the tomorrow session, in the next half of this session. Okay, so till now, whatever we have discussed, it is a complete overview of the machine learning, of the data science, of the AI, of the project, how the machine learning model is working, what are the conditions, what are the processes, okay, and we have the short introduction about the Docker. Okay, so in the next session, in the tomorrow session, join the session to know about the rest part, that how the Docker is used to avoid this kind of situation. Okay, how it is making the life cycle of the project easier, how it is making the uh, how it is impacting the data science project in a very easy way. Okay, and how what are the benefits of using the Docker nowadays in the data science, in a data science model we are going to learn. So okay, so thank you everyone we will wind up this session now, and whatever the rest thing we have left, we will continue in the next session, in the tomorrow session. Okay. So I will stop the sharing